What if I told you that some of the most iconic time travel scenes in sci-fi might be closer or farther from reality than we think? Today we're diving into the fantastical technologies that let characters jump through time. From 2, we'll break down how these machines work on screen and explore whether any of it holds up to actual science. Buckle in, because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's start with one of the most famous time machines of all, the DeLorean. Equipped with a flux capacitor and powered by 1.21 gigawatts of energy, this machine jumps through time the moment it hits 88 miles per hour. But could a car like this ever travel through time? Here's the truth. In real science, moving an object through time would require mind-boggling amounts of energy. In fact, it's far beyond what any car engine could handle. Not to mention there's no evidence that reaching a specific speed, like 88 miles per hour, would trigger time travel. So, as much as we love the DeLorean, it scores low on the science accuracy scale. Let's give the DeLorean a science accuracy rating of 2 out of 10. It's fun, it's memorable, but it's more fantasy than physics. What do you think? Could we ever build a car that travels through time? Vote in the poll if you think the DeLorean is the most realistic time machine. Next up we have the TARDIS, a time machine that's bigger on the inside and travels through time and space. The TARDIS is powered by something called the Eye of Harmony, which supposedly allows it to manipulate space-time. But how much of this could be possible? In theory, if we could control a wormhole, we might be able to travel through time. Wormholes are hypothetical tunnels through space-time, which some scientists believe could connect distant points in time and space. But the technology needed to stabilize a wormhole is far beyond anything we have, and the energy required would likely be astronomical. So while it's closer to scientific theory than the DeLorean, the TARDIS is still a leap of imagination. For science accuracy, we'll give the TARDIS a 5 out of 10. It's based on ideas that happen someday, but we're still light years away from it. Is the TARDIS your pick for the most realistic sci-fi time machine? Vote in the poll and tell us why. Part 3, Time Machines in 1960 and 2002. Now let's take a look at, based on H.G. Wells' classic novel. This time machine doesn't need a flux capacitor or an Eye of Harmony, just a lever to move forward or backward in time. But could it work? Einstein's theory of relativity does suggest that time is a dimension like space. In theory, if we could manipulate this dimension, we could move through time. However, a machine that simply moves forward and backward in time without bending space or using vast amounts of energy is purely fictional. Time doesn't move like a film reel that we can fast forward or rewind. So the classic time machine gets a 3 out of 10 for science accuracy. It's a wonderful story, but in reality, time travel would require far more complex technology. What's your take on? Do you think it's a realistic concept? Let us know in the comments and vote for your favorite. Part 4, Realistic Theories and Technology, where science meets sci-fi. Let's step away from fiction for a moment and dive into theories that real scientists are exploring. There's a proven effect where time slows down as you approach the speed of light. Astronauts on the International Space Station experience this on a small scale every day. Then there's where scientists speculate that wormholes could connect different points in time. But stabilizing a wormhole would require something called negative energy, which we currently don't know how to produce in large amounts. And finally, we have incredibly dense threads left over from the Big Bang. Some physicists believe that if 2 cosmic strings pass close together, they could warp space-time and potentially create a time loop. These theories are grounded in physics but are far from being realizable technologies. Part 5, Voting and Conclusion. So, which sci-fi time machine is the most realistic? Is it the DeLorean with its speed-triggered jumps, the TARDIS with its wormhole theory, or the classic time machine with its lever? We're leaving it up to you. Vote now on which time machine you think is the closest to reality. And remember, each of these machines captures a different idea of time travel, even if they're more fantasy than science. Closing scene and call to action. Time travel might still be science fiction, but that doesn't mean it will always stay that way. What's your favorite depiction of time travel technology? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into sci-fi, make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss day 5 of our journey. Who knows, maybe one day we'll look back on this video from the future